Hello, good morning, all. How are you doing? I'm back after a very long time, and today morning I thought let me speak about something very important topic for especially for students, how to make career decisions. Uh, Students at say 10th standard level or 12th standard level, they make very important decisions as far as what stream to choose or what course to pursue. And generally this is the time, 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th and 12th, where a lot of students go for a structured, proper, systematic career planning process also. But the important question is whether you do it on your own or do it with the help of a career coach. The important question is, how do you make career decisions? What all should you consider while making your career decision? See, your career is basically you're going to work in that area for say at least 40-50 years of your life, and it is very important that you make a right decision by considering all the factors. When I say all the factors, let me give you an example. Say for example, you want to buy a flat. You want to buy a new flat and you want to stay in that flat for say next 40-50 years of your life. So what all factors do you consider, and what is the process that you follow? See, generally what happens is when we have to look for a flat, the first thing is we want to see what is our budget. Okay, so whether my budget suffices for a 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK kind of flat. Okay, so budget is one of the most important factor that we consider while buying a flat. Second is which city, which location. Okay, now when I say location, again there are multiple sub factors. For example, how close the location will be from say school, how close the location will be from office, or how close the location will be from the public spaces, say malls or playground or other municipal amenities in the city. Another factor that we consider is the space. Now 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK, what is the kind of space that you are looking at, right? Another factor that we consider is the parking facility. Now it is a very important factor now because there are multiple vehicles in the family, and so parking becomes of very paramount importance now. So parking is another big factor that we consider. Then we also consider other facilities in the society. For example, is there a swimming pool? Is there a club, sports club, sports facilities? Is there a playground, right? Is there a library around? Okay. Now when it comes to flat, another important thing that we consider is how fast is the market growing. Okay, so in case in future if I have to sell it out, then what is the how fast it is appreciating, right? So this factor is also considered. So similarly, there are many factors which we consider while buying a flat. Now we also do one more thing, right? Because we are not aware of what are the dynamics in the real estate market. We are not aware of what different new colonies are coming up, new buildings are coming up, what are the ongoing rates in the market, etc. So we take the help of a middleman whom we also call as the property broker, right? So we tell our requirements to the broker, and the broker understands us, he discusses with us, understands us, and he is an expert as far as the real estate market is concerned. So he knows a lot of things about the market, about the dynamics in the market, about the trends that are happening right now. And then the broker is able to map our requirements with what is available in the market and what is good for us. And the broker comes out with some 4-5 suggestions for us. And then we go ahead and look at the first option. And obviously we don't say yes directly to the first option. We also look at the second option, third option, fourth option, maybe 4-5 options, because it's a big decision. It is a huge investment that we are making. It is a flat which we are going to stay for next 40-50 years of our life, and so we evaluate each of these options in very thorough detail. Now whether all our requirements are getting sufficed, obviously not. All factors may not get addressed completely 100%. But then there are certain non-negotiables, right? So which we ensure that okay, at least these things should be available in the flat. And then we evaluate option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5, and then out of this 5, then we take help of our family members and shortlist it down to say the top 3 options or top 2 options. We revisit these flats again and have a second look, and then finally we decide okay, this is the option 1 which I want to go ahead, right? Now why I shared this example is that our careers are similar. We are going to spend almost 40-50 years of our life into those careers, and we also have to consider a lot many factors. Now as a career coach, when we discuss with students, what I have observed is that see, generally students are not aware of many career options, right? So traditionally people are aware of say maybe engineering, medicine, law, CA, teacher, some basic career options. And even for these career options, when we try to drill further, then they are not able to tell much in detail about what exactly they know about these career options, right? Now when students are looking for their careers, number one is the top of the mind for them is their interest. Maybe they have read it somewhere, maybe they have seen some success story in their family, maybe somebody elder in the family has recommended to them, maybe some friend has shown interest in that field. So students are generally drawn to their interest, and these days students are much engaged, much connected to the online resources, and they have done their homework also. So we also find students have done some basic homework and they have some interests in place, right? But then as in the case of flat, only one variable is not sufficient. Only interest is inadequate, I would say, right, to take a career decision. So what are the other factors which a student should consider? The first thing is you should know what kind of person you are. How do you take decisions? What things motivate you? How do you relate with people? What is your core nature? What kind of work naturally flows to you, right? What kind of work you will enjoy doing, right? So knowing your personality is very important, right? And again, knowing personality is not again a gut feel. It has to be an objective assessment of your personality. Apart from personality, another very important thing is the aptitude or the mental abilities, right? What are your numerical skills? What is your visualization skills? What are your spatial reasoning? What is your abstract reasoning, right? What are you creative or not? So a lot of such mental abilities also need to be assessed in an objective manner. And obviously we need to understand your interest, which fields interest you. That is another factor to consider, right? Apart from this, we also need to understand what are your personal aspirations, what are your parents' expectations from you, what are the value systems in your family, right? So lot many factors need to be considered from the student's perspective. Another important thing is like in the case of flat, we also need to understand what kind of careers are now emerging careers or trending careers, or in the future what kind of careers will be very hot, and we need to get into those kind of careers. What is the point in getting into dying careers, right? So some careers which were hot maybe 5 years back, 10 years back, 15 years back, it no longer holds true. So we should get into the careers which are very hot and happening, going to be very happening in the future, right? So here the expertise of the coach comes into picture. There are two things. One is the objective assessment of all these factors. So at least the personality, ability, interest are getting captured with a proper psychometric assessment that we administer, and then the help of a career coach who is able to sit across with you, who is able to discuss with you in detail, who is able to list down all these factors after discussion with you and your parents, okay, who is able to understand a psychometric report and identify your key strengths. Okay, what are the key strengths of the student? The person who also knows about the world of work and the future of work, who knows about the trends, what are hot careers, right? The person who has already himself worked in the industry and knows a lot about how things keep on changing. So that person will map your strengths with what career possibilities are existing for you, right? And maybe he will shortlist some 4-5 good career options for you based on all the factors, not just interest, based on all the factors. Now once these career possibilities are known to the student, then obviously you will do your research. You will try to find out more and more detail for each of these options. And as you evaluated and compared and shortlisted the flats, similarly here also you will try to find out about each of the careers and try to shortlist the career from these careers and arrive at your career goal. So basically when you do this shortlisting, there are only two questions, very important questions are, number one, will I be able to do this work? Will I be able to do this work? That is the question number one. And the question number two is, will I enjoy doing this work for the next 40-50 years of my life? So will this work really give me happiness? Now for understanding these two questions, your mental abilities, your personality and your interests, these factors are of paramount importance. And assessing this objectively with a psychometric assessment is equally important, because just on gut feel, one should not go ahead with career decision making. So what I would suggest to students is, yes, career decisions are big decisions. You need to tread very cautiously and make the right decision. So try to explore all the options, but before that try to do a self-awareness. Okay, what are your strengths, and then explore what can be good options for you. Then evaluate each of these options and filter it through your strengths and see what are really matching your strengths, which you'll enjoy doing it, and then shortlist one career goal for yourself. Okay, and then once you know your career goal, once you have a meaning for yourself, once you have a purpose in life, okay, this is the goal that I want to chase, this is the identity I want to create for myself, this is what I want to be called or known to, going to be popular by this name, okay, then lot of things will fall in line for you. Okay, so my best wishes for all the students for making the right career decision. And if you need any help with the process, I as a career coach am always available. My cell number is 8347 752 752 and my name is Shabir Padri. Bye bye, take care.